welcome back to Keller Customs. Today we are working on our 1980 Toyota pickup. Little background on this truck. We had built Felix, and Ashley was worried that Felix was going to be damaged and parts like the cab and the bed were going to be next to impossible to find. And these things are getting harder and harder to find. So we kind of kept an eye out, and a four-wheeling guy that we were associated with, not really knew who he was, I posted up and said, hey, I got this first-gen Toyota, come get it, $500. And that, so we hit him up, we ran up there, and this became basically the backup parts truck for Felix. If we wrecked a part really bad, we were going to take it off of this truck and have it painted again and put it back on Felix. As we got it home and started looking at it, we noticed that in 1980, it had factory power steering, factory AC, blue hubs, and that. And we've never seen blue hubs. They're always red. The Asian hubs are always red. We did a little searching and found out that 1980 was a 1 year where blue hubs meant that they had like a 4 and something weird, like 4.38 ring and pinion. It was some oddball. And it was the only year that they did that. And you could tell that by the blue hubs. And then, of course, again, we had factory AC, power steerings, tilt steering column, and that. So after we started really looking into this and noticing everything we've got on this, we realized this cannot be just the parts truck for Felix. We need to restore this truck and keep it as original as possible. So fast forward a couple of years, it's been sitting on the side of our house, and today we are doing basically just fluids. The guy who owned it before us, who knows when he did any fluids, he used it as a parts truck himself, so it hasn't had fluids as far as we know it ever. It does run. We have to pour some fluid down the carburetor to get it going to start off with, but after that, it'll idle, it'll run, it'll stop, it'll do everything. So today we are changing the oil, changing the radiator, both diffs, transmission, and transfer case, and gonna put new fresh fluid in there.
Think about the times you let me go.
Got a little bit of rust here. Obviously for a parts truck, you're not really concerned about that, but when we put it back to original, we will take care of that. A little bit of rust down the bed, but overall for an 80, not too bad.
It breaks my heart. Turn the keys to be our getaway car. Now I only wanna get away from where we are. Gotta find my way to you, even though you're next to me. No matter what I do.
Got surface rust on the frame rails. That's about it. No holes or cracks that we can see so far.
Trying to keep this alive, gotta find my way to you.
This nut is like a 27 or 28. We didn't have that, so a 15/16 actually works really well. And let's see, I'm gonna pull this, how the fluid looks. Ooh, I don't know if you could see that, but it's pretty dark and oily. Let me see if I can grab a flashlight real quick.
It's very thick.
Oh, if you look down here in there, you can see it's almost milkshake-ish. It's probably mixing with maybe with the grease. We we're curious if the wheel seals are, the axle seals are probably toast, but it's coming out pretty thick and milky, and it looks like there's just a little bit of metal in it. So chances are pretty good that that diff's going to need to come out.
Ooh, that one's, we must have changed that one.
All right, so as you can see, the rear looks like it's brand new. We don't necessarily remember changing this, but maybe we did. But anyways, that's some good looking fluid for a truck that hasn't moved anywhere.
Go ahead, his.
All right, so the drain plug for the transfer case is right there. It's kind of, they got a nice little access point for the little skid, if you will. And we're gonna pull that. And that fluid looks pretty good too. So our front diff is, so far, the only thing that's been overly questionable. Yeah, that was definitely gear oil in that one. All right, so this is an L43 transmission, 1980. This is a 4-speed, I believe. And the drain plug actually looks like it's here, but we're kind of questioning whether it is or isn't. So we're going to take this out first, slowly. And there's some, oh, there went a ball. All right, so if you take that drain plug out, there is a ball in there that you need to not lose in your drain. We'll have to go fishing for it here. And again, that fluid looks pretty good overall. So really it's just the front diff. Front diff really is the only area of concern, at least immediately. All this is going to get a good power washing, cleaning, and we'll go from there.